This podcast is meant for mature audiences only and contains strong sexual language. All right. Welcome to the Black and Kinky Lifestyle Podcast.
Pandemic edition.
Pandemic edition. Damn, we've been complaining about 2019. 2019 really wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, when you really think about it, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I hope everybody's staying safe out there. This has touched everything. There is nothing quite immune to the effects of these shutdowns.
I mean, like, are people still fucking? I mean, not like their partners, but like fucking other people. Because like all the clubs in our area have shut down. All the parties are shut down.
Right. So, I don't know. I don't think people are fucking other people because of this social distancing thing.
Right.
I mean, they're probably still smashing their partners. I think at this point, even the porn stars aren't fucking each other.
Right. They did shut down porn, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they did, although there's a hell of a library available.
Well, yeah, they shut down porn production, not like
right
availability of porn, because that would suck during a pandemic and self-quarantine.
That would not work for anybody. Anybody. All right. So what else has been going on? I mean, I guess, I hope people are practicing social distancing. I mean, it's easy to do when you're running a podcast.
Yeah.
There were some things that we did have planned for the next 2 weeks that we had to cancel. I was really excited about some things that we were going to do.
Yeah.
With some of our friends.
We had some shows. We had some dates.
Yeah.
And it just all went away.
Yeah, we just had to cancel everything. I hope this doesn't last people are talking about like 18 months. I hope it doesn't last that long. I hope by the time we're doing our next episode, things have gotten better.
Hopefully.
But we'll see about that. Anyway, before this pandemic did hit, we did have an opportunity to do our all-male panel. And so in this episode, we decided to do this a little differently. So instead of just like airing that episode, I really wanted to have us actually, the Belle and I, listen to it and talk about listen to it with you guys and then give our 2 cents and reactions and just reflections on what the guys had talked about in the group. I'll probably be talking less and asking Belle more questions because I was actually there as part of this group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Belle, have you been looking forward to this thing? I mean, what are some of the things you think you're going to hear?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get to hear the discussion as it was happening live. I was in the house, but I heard lots of laughter. So I'm looking forward to hearing the guys' opinion on some things. It's interesting what you all talk about when we're not around. So
I want to just say that there were certain segments that I broke this up into. So we're gonna be just running through just specific topics that we talked about. So before we start, I'd like to announce a couple of our winners for the Amore Getaways membership giveaway. Remember, you can be entered into a chance to get a 3-month free membership with Amore Getaways membership if you leave us a rating on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. And I'd just like to announce 2 winners. We have one iTunes listener goes by the name of Lex E. Calwriter.
I can't even see that.
Lex E. Calwriter. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sure that this has some kind of funny meaning that I'm not getting right now. And also Tropic at just Tropic. You know who you are. You left us a rating on the 9th of March. Just send us an email at blackandkinkylifestyle@gmail.com, and we will make arrangements to make sure you get that free membership. Again, for those of you who want to get down with a More Getaways membership, just enter in offer code Black and Kinky and get 25% off. Okay, so let's jump into it. All right, so basically, so what I'll start off with is basically the introduction. I mean, we just sat down and I had the guys just talk a little bit about themselves. But let's just take a listen to how this episode began, and then I will, I'll give the mic to Belle to respond. You ready?
Yeah.
I got together a group of guys to talk about the experience of being in the lifestyle as a black husband, because all of us are married. So say hello, fellas.
What up? What's going on? Peace.
So I decided to do this episode because I got to be honest. I have looked all over. Well, not all over, because I don't have a really strong attention to detail. But I've looked, and I could not find a lot of podcasts that actually featured a group of black men or black husbands that were talking specifically about sex at all, let alone the lifestyle. I haven't seen it a lot. I don't know. Has anybody here ever seen a lot of that?
Not at all.
No. I haven't.
No, it's not that. You don't think about it. But it's like if you think about the sex positive community. That could be it. But if you think about like the sex positive community, the sex positive like education community, it is predominated by black women. Like I see there are a lot of them. So that's why I did the show, but I'm going to give folks an opportunity to introduce themselves. So we could just go around the table. We're literally in my living room right now with like fucking coronas. Shout out to the coronavirus.
Cheers.
Tell the listeners how long you've been in the lifestyle. What's the play style for you and your wife? Describe your body type.
Greetings all. I'm Mr. Black, one half of the Blacks. Our play style is full swap. Been in the lifestyle now for going on a little over 3 years. And my body type, I would say muscular but solid.
Muscular but solid. He looks like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Okay, very strong. Big guy. You get in a fight with him, you might be in a coma. So that's Mr. Black.
Peace, greetings, Mr. Moore, representing the Moors, of course. My wife and I, we've been dabbling in lifestyle, I think, almost 20 years. But we didn't really know what it was. We were just having kind of fun in college. Yeah, body type, man, if Mr. Black's a linebacker, I'm on the kicking squad as the kicker. I am the punter. Hey, there's love for all types of body shapes in the lifestyle.
You have a Bob Marley thing going on.
I love natural things, so I keep my hair naturally long. I have a beard. So if you close your eyes and you imagine a Rasta, there it is.
Yes. I have yet to see Mr. Amore angry, ever. Your man is always chill, real smooth. If you ever go to Amore's events, you will meet Mr. Amore.
Cool.
All right, and Mr. Jackson.
Yes, Mr. Jackson, length in the lifestyle. It's always a tricky question. 5 or 6 years at this point. Play style is, full swap, but with contingencies. Body type, average.
He's lying. He's lying. He's not average.
And,
okay, so if Mr. Black is a linebacker, Mr. Jackson is more of like an NBA like point guard.
Nah, I'm putting him in that linebacker.
I'll say running back.
Sure.
All right.
We met in the lifestyle. So it's like, I don't have like our relationship doesn't have a frame of reference without it. So it's, I don't know, the journey has been a little bit different, relationship and lifestyle wise. Mm-hmm. But transition from being a single guy to, it's been easy. Like, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, cause I've seen it all. Mm-hmm. And, I've done it all, and, my approach is, way different. It's been an easier transition for me.
So how long were you in it as a single guy?
Probably like 3 or 4 years.
So like, was it easier connecting with ladies as a single guy versus connecting as a couple? I can't say one was easier than the other. Mm-hmm. It's different though. Okay. Because like, as a couple, I have a wingman. You know what I mean? So I'm presented more opportunities, as being in a couple, right? Not necessarily presented, like, it's easier to get in the rooms. But like, as a single guy, like, it wasn't like super hard, but it's like, you have to think about more. And I was a picky single guy, right? You know what I mean? So like, single guy.
But I was like,
standards. Wait, a picky single guy? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't a single guy because I couldn't have sex, right? So, cause we all know, like, if you talk to a single guy, like, and then you finally, like, talk to him, you're like, oh, like, you fumble it in your regular life. and you're in the lifestyle because it's kind of like, it can be handed to you, and if you can mask who you are for 45 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a little bit different for me.
So as some of our listeners might know, I had actually decided to let people know that we were going to have like a black husband panel on the show, and I asked them to send in their questions. I didn't think we would get as many as we did. We got so many, I had to take some of my questions out and replace them with some of the questions we got from the audience because they were so much better, because our audience is very cool. And so, we're going to get into those questions. I have a few segments, but we'll jump all over the place, I'm sure. But before that, we have to do my hit list. We have to do our hit list. So you guys, not black female politicians. I'm sorry, any politician. I don't care, whatever she is. So your hit list. So remember, for those of you who are if this is your first time listening, the hit list is basically when we talk about the people that we would like to bang. Honestly, the only reason why I came up with this is because the election is out there right now. People are voting. I don't know about you, but sometimes I vote based on the attractiveness. Nah, I don't do that. I'm kidding. I do not do that. But there are some hot female politicians out there. I'm going to tell you right now.
Don't say mine, man.
I know what you going to say. Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Moore.
Oh, man.
I thought you
got two.
You got two? Okay.
I got two.
That's not fair, man. Look, you name one.
Come on, now. I don't know when I'll be back on this show.
No, you name one. We'll come back to you after I name mine. You name one, and then we'll come back to you.
And she just got a divorce, but I think she just got remarried. But the Somalia sister, Omar, I believe her last name is.
Where is she?
I think she's one of the new.
Oh, she's like
she's one of the new.
She's a congresswoman or something.
Yeah, that came with the new Young Bloods.
Yeah, the squad, right?
Yeah, she's part of the squad. In fact, I'm Team Squad. So number 2's on the squad too.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. No,
I'll let you go ahead.
Actually, I think I know. Okay, so if she's on, what about you two gentlemen? Is the girl y'all want to smash on the squad?
Well, I don't know what the squad is.
Okay, then we're going to come back. You don't know what the squad is? No, you don't watch CNN?
No, not really.
I don't believe the bucks. Well, anyway, I'm going to go next. Unless you guys know who you...
I know who I want.
Oh, who? So, Mr. Black, who's on your hit list?
I would have to go with Amanda Edwards.
Amanda Edwards.
Yeah, I just Googled her real quick. She's sexy as fuck. I ain't going to even lie. She's out of Texas. Mm-hmm. She's striving to become the first.
Oh, she's bad. Oh my God, look at those lips.
Out of Texas.
She's like a young Rosie Perez.
Red bone, or she look like she's Mexican and black almost, but
Oh, damn.
They got, if you Google her, you can see some nice ass pictures of her.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
So, yeah, that's who.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's my type.
Good pick. Good pick.
Me and Mrs. Black got the same type, so, you know.
Okay. So so the Blacks are going to be giving Amanda Edwards a call.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she is very nice looking. Actually, she looks like a few decent looking celebrities. All right. Are you ready, Mr. Jackson?
I have to ask a clarifying question first.
They can be dead.
Okay, all right. Relax. Michelle Obama does not count.
Michelle Obama counts. Come on.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, her or Johanna Hayes.
Johanna Hayes.
J.A.
Oh, okay. She got a little bit of a MILF thing going on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No. She's nice. Oh, she got some nice lips too. You know how I feel about lips.
It's a nice little lineup.
So my hit list woman will be Marilyn Mosby. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Mosby?
So
she was the mayor of
she's
Baltimore.
the state's attorney for Baltimore.
Okay.
First time I saw her was unfortunately during a police shooting. But she kind of reminds me of this character who was on The Wire. Did you guys all watch The Wire? So do you remember there was this light-skinned black chick that was like in maybe like towards the second to the last season, who she was butting heads with the detective on there.
I have to go back.
Yeah, I can't remember what her name was. Who was your other person?
Man, the AOC, man.
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
man.
I thought that was Chico.
Nah,
I thought that went without saying.
I'm just saying.
I actually think she'd be quite annoying for some reason. I don't know. I have my suspicions. Like when you hitting it, she's going to be talking about like systematic oppression and socialism.
Nah, she gonna pour you a drink.
Nah, see, I don't think she'll do that. But
I was about to say
the ones I pick will pour you a drink.
That's what
the
she
right
was
way.
doing before she got the
That's
kid.
right. She was a bartender.
she was.
Yeah.
Wow.
AOC.
Don't mean she's gonna pour you the right drink.
I think one of the things that we tend to notice within the lifestyle is that when you look at the occupations or the job fields of people that are in the job, that are in the lifestyle, as far as couples, they tend to be in the service industry. And,
interesting.
you know, whether it's, you know, a police officer, school teacher, lawyer, doctor, nurse, or some type of form of giving to include politicians or, you know what I'm saying? So it shows that they have to have a freaky side to them.
It just gotta be in those real underground, top secret, small and intimate gatherings.
Yeah, like that eyes wide shut shit.
You might bump into her at Taboo, son.
Yeah. So one thing that I had said was like the lack of mediums where you hear men talking about sex, let alone talk about the lifestyle. And then I don't know if you realized it, but Mr. Jackson had came out and said, I don't know if we're allowed to.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. But if black men are allowed to talk about sex?
Right. So one question is, why do you think there isn't a lot of mediums where you see these kind of discussions being presented?
Well, I think in a lot of popular culture, when you see or hear black men talking about sex, it is in the frame of denigration of black women. So I could understand not necessarily wanting to talk about sex in fear that something would be misconstrued or taken out of context that would seem offensive or degrading to black women.
Okay. So basically, like men talking about sex, there's a risk that it could be triggering.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so that's interesting. I had that feeling. I had that feeling as well. And so as we like go through this, I'll ask you if there's anything triggering. But do you think that there needs to be more discussions discussion about this? Like, as a woman, maybe it doesn't matter to you, but
I mean, I absolutely believe there should be more discussion about it. I mean, I think we should be talking about sex more in general, like Black men and women, in a positive aspect, and outside of the realms of traditional monogamous marriage. But yes, there needs to be more discussion, more honest discussion about it.
Mm-hmm. Did you think that the descriptions that the fellas gave of themselves was accurate?
I think they were accurate. I would say Mr. Jackson is more quarterback. I mean, he could be NBA too, but like if we're keeping with the football metaphor, yes, he, Mr. Black's linebacker, Mr. Moore is the kicker, the punter, and Mr. Jackson is the quarterback.
So right now, we're actually going to get into the meat and potatoes of this thing, because this segment is actually when we really got into the questions that we got from the audience. Particularly, a few questions had come from guys who are hoping to be in a lifestyle, how they can get their women more interested in a lifestyle, and generally, like, what the dynamics are between women and men in and out of the lifestyle. So I'm going to be looking forward to hearing what you have to say about some of this.
Go ahead. This next question comes from IG. So I'm a 28-year-old Black male interested in a lifestyle. However, my wife, a 28-year-old Black female, only seems interested in it when she's horny. What are some ways I can dabble in the LS with her, or should I just leave the entire situation alone? Let me read this text exchange. I'm not sure to the degree to which this is actually him, but he sent this text exchange and it was gold from him. This is his message to her. Swingers do not have sex with everyone they run into, and it's not just a giant orgy. Protection is a must. That's in bold. I want to be a swinger, attend couples only resorts and swinger events and cruises as well, with other Black people. To which she responds, okay, you do that then. Emoji, kissing, blowing out a kiss.
Classic.
So then he comes back. I want to do all this stuff with you. Okay, he involves her now. We don't have to jump in head first. We can dabble here and there to see what it's like. To which she responds, but you don't get it. I don't want to do it. To which he responds, let's try something light with another couple or person. We can start very slow. I hear only watching is a good way to get started. To which she says simply, no. End of conversation.
Oh, man.
Like, what's the first thing you noticed?
The first thing, I think he's a little bit too aggressive on his approach. Mm-hmm. I think he can keep his goals, his end game goals. He should keep in his mind. If it's, I want to be a part of this lifestyle, keep that in the back of your mind. And this is where your man game got to come in. Right?
Yes, Mr. Moore. Go ahead, keep going, brother.
So, as I mentioned, hey, it's 2020. You got Pornhub. You got XNXX.
That's my second favorite.
Look, there's a whole bunch of sites. You ain't even brought up the lifestyle yet. You just put on the flick. You do something like that, or you buy your lady some lingerie and you have her wear that motherfucker for you. Mm-hmm. And you start there. Keep it sexy. And then one thing I will say is you 28, you ain't even reached 30. Meaning she's not even at her peak, homeboy. So just sit back and give her some time, man.
Like, none of that tells her what's in it for her.
Yes!
None of that. Like,
it was all about him.
It's all about him and what he wants. Like, yeah, he tried to throw that Hail Mary that, yeah, but I want to do it with you, but it ain't like what's in it. You know what I mean? But following up, I got issues with she only wants it when she's horny.
Yeah.
I'm like,
say more.
It sounds like something at home could be enhanced first.
That's on you.
You know what I mean? Like he said, lingerie, porn. Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's it.
Something to enhance the at-home sexual experience.
I think you said it earlier in regards to the term when you were saying that, you you looked at women as fucking or them getting it. So
It's like
it's
this
like
is happening
he's still
to her.
there, and you know you gotta
1000%.
realize with a woman, man, sex starts before actual intercourse. I mean,
Way before.
it starts in the beginning of the day. Are you telling her you love her? You kissing her? You sending her dirty texts or whatever? You got to be there mentally, so that way when the physical happens, it's already there. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, but not to get repetitive. Like, I think we drilled that part home, but like with this one, it kind of like gives you a real live example of what we were talking about before in our previous answers. Like, she's saying only when she's horny, like, and first of all, she sent you the sassy, like, kissy emoji. Like,
Go enjoy that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's, you got some work to do.
Yeah.
Like,
The emoji, once that emoji came out, like lifestyle swinger shit, that should have been the end of that conversation.
Yeah, I don't even know. And again, we were talking about the younger cats now. And then maybe this is how they communicate, but like, I don't even know if that's a text type of question, man. Maybe that's a dinner conversation.
No, this is when I'm kissing between your legs and thighs.
With Mr. Jackson.
You gotta warm, like, she should already be on the verge of when she wants it.
Yep.
Like, when she wants to have that, when she wants to participate in it, is when you should try to be having a conversation with her about it.
Or after you done smashed her into submission and she's well satisfied, and then y'all just talking about, yo, that was good. Yo, you ever want to try something a little different? Like, just start talking about that. The swinger lifestyle, just remove that shit from your vocabulary.
Still hitting, you got to be talking to her.
Yeah.
I already been told any question answered during sexual activity.
But I feel my man's pain though. It's like,
I feel it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because it's so what is different from, I guess, when we started to look into the lifestyle. There's just so much more information out there.
Wow.
And I think for me, kind of coming into adulthood in the late 90s, early 2000s, for me, the example was like strip clubs and Freaknik. You know what I mean? And
like, you got to know what she likes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it sounds like she ain't the one.
I ain't gonna say that, but like, you got to know what she likes and enjoys. Like, man, my wife like nastier shit than me. You know what I mean? So like I was like,
right,
all right, you know what I mean? But she likes stuff, but like, if I couldn't, like, if I didn't know that,
that's real.
And I'm pushing like, yo, you gotta like, she's like, what? Yeah, but like, none of that answers what I like.
Yeah, that's good point. Good point.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
he don't
like,
know
even
her
for the realest freak. Like,
yeah, he might
swinger shit.
One comment could just be just a tweak of any of those comments might be the switch. Like,
make it better.
But
that's
that's what you engage.
But let me throw this to you, Mr. Bomber. Let's just say he can't break her, man. Is he just fucking stuck? Like you just live your life miserable. Like, okay. I wonder.
So wait, hold on. So let me make sure we're clear about this situation. So let's say that this dude was in a relationship with a woman who didn't have that freak side at all. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like what if she doesn't break? She's just like, nah, I'm going. I'm
going with missionary all day.
Wednesday is Bible study. Like, no.
Let me tell you about what they did after Bible study. But I mean, okay, there is you're sexually incompatible with someone, right? That exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
that's real.
So, I mean, it could be one of those situations, but I'm just telling the talk track is just off.
Yeah.
To even find that out.
The fact that that's an actual text message too.
Right. So I'll say because the text message says nothing about her. So we know nothing about that girl. But if she was, like Mr. Amore is saying, just like a flat wooden board, no stains on it, just like Bible study, missionary only, like not even doggy style, nigga. Like I'm on my back and I'm just laying there. So what do you do in that situation? The thing I say, have, that open communication. Maybe motherfuckers need to go to therapy. I don't know.
Or, I mean, yeah, but like, if it's like, listen, I need this in order to be happy. I need this level of sexual whatever you want to call it to be happy in my relationship. Like, maybe she's like, all right, you get to go.
Yeah, well, I know she was joking with the emoji, but hey, maybe that's where you need to take the conversation.
Okay.
I'm just
I did not at all interpret it that way, but it's possible. It's possible. I didn't even give that any room.
As we mentioned before, the lifestyle is not one thing. It's a lot of stuff in the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an alternative to hot wifing.
Yep.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's cockholes, right?
No. I mean,
no, but it goes beyond lifestyle. I mean, it could be like there could be poly might be the fucking solution. I don't. Yeah, we don't know.
Or she's just okay with him dating other women.
Yeah,
who knows? I'm just saying the communication of, hey, look, I need this in my relationship. Same way you like, yeah, man, I can't live in the city. I need to be in the country. Like, there's a sexual version in our conversation.
So yeah, we did our best with that one. I hope that. But thank you for sending us that exchange, IG fan. Appreciate it.
I just he just got to talk to him a little differently. That's all.
And another thing, he's 28, bro. Like,
you need to give it a year or two.
Yeah, maybe
he already fucked that up.
I wouldn't even broach this. I would never even say the word swing, even if you talk about that. Even if you talk about an actual swing, don't even use that word around this girl no more.
Yeah, man, you gotta turn around.
Yeah, you gotta focus on what she likes, what she wants, and you can't make it sound like you're trying to get her to swing.
Here's another bomb idea for you before we move on. Yo, take her out to. Just go to a bomb-ass hotel. It's in your city. You don't even have to leave your town.
That's a good idea.
Just get a hotel room, a nice one. Just change your environment up, man.
Put some flowers around or something.
Make it sexy. And then try to have sex with the window open and put her against the glass. That way she can get more.
Or just record it and then y'all watch it together.
Nice. I like that.
Put it on Pornhub.
And check that
Shout out to Pornhub.
Check that woman's Amazon Prime, man. She done ordered something that you don't know about.
Yeah, ask her about her vibrator. She got one.
Listen, man.
She probably got a whole.
Under the Bible. Under.
All right. Moving on.
All right. So that was the response to our first question. What did you think?
It was definitely some interesting conversation. Nothing that I don't think anything was too surprising. But yeah.
So Mr. Jackson's point was that men were afraid of female sexuality, while I was saying that women were afraid to be judged by men about their sexuality. I don't think we were disagreeing with each other, but those were two different ways of looking at it.
Right, but I think they're two sides of the same coin. I think both are happening simultaneously. So, it's kind of like, there's the saying, a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. But the freak in the sheets is just with you, like just with her partner is the implied meaning, but that's not always the case. And sometimes we want to be freaks in the streets too. Like, it's like, why just gotta be in the bedroom? So I think it's a lot because women, particularly black women, because we fight stereotype, so much, we have this pressure to be this like virtuous, classy woman, and particularly when we're looking at traditional relationships. And so there is that fear of judgment that, I'm trying to find my good black man, and if he knows that I want niggas to bust nuts in my face, like I might lose him, like, what I'm saying, like he might not be okay with that, he might not know how to handle that. And so I think a lot of us don't express those things, early in the relationship or in the relationship at all, even though those are desires that we have, in fear of the judgment that's there. The other part of that, I do think is the same thing is, particularly for black men who idolize their mothers, they put a lot of that on their wives. And you don't want to see your mama get
Nobody
dick
wants to
slapped
see
in
that.
her face. Like, nobody wants to think about that they mama like anal sex. Like, no one wants to think about that. Right. So, you know, they want this virtuous wife who may do some freaky shit with them, but she's not really about all this other, you know, really out there stuff. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, they may be apprehensive about, you know, their woman desiring that and not knowing how to handle that because these conversations aren't happening. Mm-hmm. You know, when your wife comes to, you know, the thing we hear all the time is you're like, you know, my wife likes girls. Okay, men always want their woman to be into other women. Men always want their women to be bi. But like, she's with you, so she probably likes dick. And she probably would like to, like, you know, experience other dicks besides yours, you know, because she had dicks before you, so she might want some other ones. So, you know, so getting out of that mindset that it's not just this one sexual desire that she may have and allowing her that space and dealing with your own shit around that, because just because, you know, your wife wants other men, other women, doesn't mean she's a hoe. Like, doesn't mean she doesn't want to be in the relationship with you. I mean, Mr. Black, you know, I think made a great point. He was like, yeah, I want to have all these other experiences, but I want to be with my wife. Like, that leaving her has never been on his mindset, but the opportunity for sexual exploration was something that they both needed. So yeah.
Yeah. No, so this goes back to the very first question I asked about, like, men getting together and having these conversations, because like you said, when men, you know, typically when we see men talking about sex, just, you know, in mainstream, it's always like really kind of domineering and sort of like, you'll hear Mr. Black say over and over again, the idea that sex is something that happens to women rather than something that they experience. And the thing that I think about sometimes is, like, when it comes to our male peers, I think oftentimes we're imagining what our friends are thinking about our relationship and what sort of in their, you know, minds about the relationship between me and my woman. And what I think is the assumption is that we want our peers, our guys, to understand that this woman is mine, and she only wants me. And you guys, you know, you guys can't have her, right? And she doesn't want y'all anyway because she's mine, right? It's sort of that possessiveness thing.
Right.
And so I think for guys, we are, the idea that our woman is interested in all of these other non-traditional sexual things is something that doesn't quite fit that, you know, perspective of what you think your friends see in your relationship. If you kind of, so I know I'm rambling a bit now, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is, if your woman likes gangbangs, that's something that you would not feel comfortable sharing with your male friends, not just because you're worried that, oh, they're going to try to smash her, or, oh, they want to get in a gangbang with her. It's more so because if she likes gangbangs, that says something about you for choosing her as a partner. And so that's why I think these kinds of conversations between men are so important, because I think we have to break that kind of thinking.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to make sure I said that. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is there was some discussion we had about lifestyle relationships versus like vanilla relationships. So again, this is something that me and Mr. Black and maybe Mr. Amore as well differed on, where they would rather date in the lifestyle to find their partner. And if, God forbid, me and you split up, I would not want to go into the lifestyle to find my partner.
Yeah.
So I have a theory about why that is, but I'll ask you, like, what if we broke up, where would you look for a male partner? Or female partner. I don't know. Maybe the lifestyle changed you a bit.
No, I would never be with a woman. That's too much. Too many emotions, too many feelings. I don't even like extra emotional men. So, no. But so would I date in the lifestyle or would I date vanilla?
Yeah. Or it doesn't even matter.
I think it does matter. I think I think I would go the single female route. Because it would eliminate a lot of the other bullshit and it would allow for like Mr. Jackson said, like just a level of freedom to be yourself.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would do that.
Right.
Although I haven't run into many single males that I actually like, so that might be tough.
Single males in the lifestyle.
Right, yeah.
Interesting.
But like Jackson said, not looks wise, personality.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's a lot. I like when Mr. Jackson said single males at times fumbled it in the vanilla life.
Yeah.
And now they're just looking for it, you know.
Yeah.
But the reason why, there's a couple of reasons why I'd rather meet my partner in the vanilla world, or I'd rather vanilla date. But I don't know. These guys kind of tried to tell me like, no, it's not good. You wouldn't like it. But there's a couple of reasons. One, because I know how to. I know how to date vanilla. I don't know how to date lifestyle. I don't know what that even looks like. I'm not going on adult friend finders and looking for a partner. But I did understand what they said about just a life, like dating in the lifestyle. That date would just seem a lot more fun and a lot more like authentic because you're not hiding anything. You're not meeting each other's representatives or anything like that.
Right.
But when I date, that is how I date vanilla.
Right.
That's always how I dated
Yes.
vanilla. Like if I can't do the traditional vanilla date, like by the second date, I'm going to know if you had a threesome. Like I'm going to know about some shit, because if you're uncomfortable talking about it, we're not making it to the third date anyway.
Yeah.
So good points there. Okay, that concludes this part of our reflections on the male panel. Stay tuned for the next part. We're going to try to get these out to you guys as soon as we can. Clearly, folks have time to listen. But thanks for tuning in, and we will be delivering more content soon. Peace.
Black and kinky lifestyle.